Research shows that out of 100 people who set out their goals every year, less than 50 people actually realize that goal. Now, what must we do to ensure that you and I achieve our goals, the goals that we've set out for ourselves this year? What must we do to ensure that we fall amongst the 50 people for every 100 person to achieve their goals? The first thing we need to do lies in our plan. Do you have a winning plan? It's one thing for you to have a plan. Does that plan work out for the goal that you set for yourself? Now, I'm going to give you an example. Let's assume that you have a fitness goal or you have a finance goal. So let's take a finance goal for an example. Let's assume that you have a finance goal to probably earn maybe like $1 million this year, or maybe over $1 million this year. You can't just stop at earning $1 million in your plan. You have to figure out what you need to do to earn that $1 million. You have to ensure that you break down that big plan into smaller chunks of plan. So let's assume that I have a goal to make $1 million this year, for example. I have to ensure that every month I make at least over $80,000 for me to get to that finish line of $1 million by the end of this year. Now I have to also figure out, what do I need to do to enable me to earn over $80,000 on a monthly basis? Now I have to go further to break down that plan into smaller chunks. So out of a month, how much must I earn on a weekly basis to enable me to earn over $80,000? So I could set a goal to earn $25,000 every week. Now, what must I do to enable me to earn $25,000 on a weekly basis? Now, I can even go further to break that down into daily steps. It's very important that when you're planning, you break down your plan to the smallest possible chunk. That is the easiest way for you to take action, and that's the easiest way for you to be able to track your progress. Now, why is it important for you to have a winning plan? When you have a winning plan, you would also have a metric that helps you to track your progress. Now, when you're able to track your progress, then you're able to see whether you're right on schedule or you're falling behind. If you're falling behind, then you're going to have to figure out what you need to do to get you back on track. And if you're right on track, then you need to know that I'm going to have to double down on what I'm doing if I want to earn even more before the year runs out. So it's very important that for you to be amongst the 50 out of every 100 people who set out their goals every year, you've got to have a winning plan. Same thing applies to your fitness goal. Whatever goal it is that you have to learn how to break those plans into smaller chunks that are achievable and they are workable. If you cannot figure out how you're going to make that goal a reality, then that goal will never be a reality. So it's very important that you break down your plans, because when you break down your plans, then you'll be able to figure out what you need to do to be able to help you achieve that goal. Same thing with fitness. Let's assume that I have, a goal with fitness goals to probably maybe, let's say, lose 20 pounds, over the next 4 months. It means that I need to at least lose 5 pounds every month, which means that every week I need to lose 1 to 2 pounds every week to help me get on track. Now, once you figure out this is exactly what I need to do on a daily basis, you then need to figure out what I need to do to ensure that I'm able to lose that 1 to 2 pounds in that week. Am I going to have to eat less? How many times a week am I going to have to work out? What else do I need to do to help me achieve that goal? That is what it means for you to create a winning plan. So please, as you set out your goals this year, ensure that you're taking the time to really write down your plans. Now, I get it that plans will always change, but at least have a plan. And if that plan needs to change, then you're going to change it. But when you don't even have a plan, then it becomes extremely difficult for you to be able to achieve your goal. Now, another reason why a lot of people do not achieve their goals in the new year is because many times they tend to have too many goals. Now, it's okay for you to have specific areas in your life that you want to fix and you want to improve on, but you have to ensure that you are fixing things and improving things based on your capacity. You can't just go ahead and have these big goals without having the capacity to achieve those goals. Your capacity has to match up with what you're trying to accomplish at the end of the day. So whatever you are committing to, you have to have the capacity to achieve those. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. So if you don't have the capacity, look at what is extremely important to you and trim down on your goals. Having too many goals does not do you any good. You need to accomplish those goals. It's one thing for us to set our goals. It's another thing for us to achieve those goals. The goal has to be on us achieving our goals and not just setting our goals. So ensure that you have the capacity. The same thing that works for me might not work for you, right? You might have several situations that complicates your situation that makes it much more difficult for you to be able to achieve certain goals, right? You can't compare somebody who is single to somebody who is married, has kids, and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes the type of goals that they set for each other will be different because that single person maybe has more time and doesn't have to worry about kids, worry about family, and worry about extra things. Doesn't even have to worry about so many finances because he or she's just taking care of herself or himself. But you who has a family, you have to think of your own situation and set goals based on your situation. Okay. So ensure you're looking at your capacity. What do I have available for myself? And be realistic with this. Don't set unrealistic objectives for yourself. What is my true capacity? What can I truly achieve this year? Now, another thing that you could also do is to stack up your goals. Now, you don't have to start your goals all at the same time. You can start them one after the other. So maybe the first 2 months, I want to focus on fitness. And the next 2 months, I want to focus on finance. And the next 2 months, I want to focus on relationships or whatever it is that it's important to you. You can stack up your goals so that way you're able to actually focus on that one thing that is very important. And then once you are done, or once you get to a very good state where it's now part of your routine, then you can start up another goal. But having too many goals is the reason why many people are not achieving their goals. So please, we do not want to be amongst the 50 people or the 50 percentile who do not get to accomplish their goals. We want to be on the winning side. And for you to be on the winning side, you have to ensure that you set realistic goals that you have the capacity to accomplish. Now, there's a major reason why many people fail to achieve their goals. And now this is because we don't have a strong desire for that goal. There's a time in my life where I'll set goals and it'll be so difficult for me to achieve it. I'll be wondering, like, what's wrong with me? But I came to realize that it's the fact that I didn't have a strong desire for that goal. So even though I wanted that goal, even though I kind of desired that goal, I did not have a strong desire for the goal. Now, it's one thing for you to want something. It's another thing for you to have a strong desire, a burning desire for that goal. When you have a burning desire, it consumes everything about you. It feels like life will end if you don't achieve that thing. And you have to take your goals that serious. It has to be, I win it all. It's either I win or I win. There's no other option. And when you have that mindset, it actually helps you and puts you in the right path to success. So you have to have a strong desire for that goal. Now, you may be wondering, how can I build a strong desire for my goal? You have to ensure that you're thinking about that goal on a daily basis. You have to understand why you actually want that goal. What is in it for you? When you understand your why, it actually makes it a lot easier for you to achieve your goals. But when you don't even understand the reason why you want it, or you want this goal because your colleagues have this goal, or your neighbors have this goal, or that's the latest trend, then that's not enough desire for you to get it. But when you have a burning desire inside of you, there is a why. Trust me, nobody will tell you to get up and chase your goals. Nobody will tell you to get up and think about your goals. You will get up yourself. You will find that motivation and you will take action every day towards that goal. Now, let me share another example. I had a friend who went to the doctor for his yearly checkup, and then he found out that he had a high blood pressure and he had maybe high sugar. So he had two options. Either he was put on medication or he walks out. And he didn't want to be put on medication because he just felt like that was much harder. And at the end of the day, why should I be sick and have to be on medication? So he opted for the walkout. This guy wakes up every day to walk out, reduces his sugar intake, very careful about the meal that he takes. And now you can tell that he has found his why. And that's why he's so crazy about his workout, because he knows that his health is directly affected by his workout routine. So he has to ensure that he's working out and is keeping himself fit. He found his why. You have to find your why for your goals. Why am I trying to be fit? Why am I trying to be rich? Why is my family important to me? Why do I want to improve my faith and my relationship with God? Why do you want to do those things? What is in it for you? You have to figure out what's in it for you if you want to achieve success and if you want to accomplish that goal. So go ahead and start thinking about your why so that you can stand a better chance of achieving that goal that you set for yourself this year. Now, another reason why many people do not achieve their goals is fear of failure. Many times people are not even confident in the fact that they can actually achieve their goals. They think that people who succeed and people who achieve their goals are special people and they don't feel special. So they feel that they don't even qualify or they don't deserve to have a better life. But I'm here to tell you that you qualify and you deserve to have a better life. That dream of yours can become a reality, and it's not reserved for any kind of individual. It's available for everyone who wants to partake in it and who wants to take the actionable steps to turn their dreams into reality. So stop fearing the unknown, okay? Stop stressing yourself over things that have not even happened. Set your goals like any other person. Create plans for those goals and take actionable steps every day, and you'll see yourself work miracles. You've got to have confidence in yourself. You are special. You are unique. You have every right to get everything that you desire. Everything good that you desire, you have every right to get it. It's not reserved for special people. You are special and you can get it, okay? So please cut yourself some slacks. It doesn't matter the background you have. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. It doesn't matter what has happened to you. You qualify to have that life that you desire and you can get it. Get rid of that failure. Despite that fear, take that step. Despite that fear, take action today and you will see how much your life will be transformed before the year is over. Now, another reason that I've come to find out why many people do not achieve their goals is the concept of analysis paralysis. Now, you have this set of people who every time they're constantly thinking and analyzing the whole situation. Rather than them take actionable steps towards their goals, they're thinking of all the things that they have to do to get started. And the process of you thinking of all the things you have to do sometimes paralyzes you, and you are so worried and so overwhelmed that you never get to start. And that's why it's so important for you to break down your plans into smaller steps, because that plan might look so big. I'm trying to make $1 billion, right? It might look so big. Like, how can I get here? But by the time you break down $1 million or $1 billion into smaller chunks, it becomes more realistic for you, right? Because then it becomes smaller figures that your mind can at least acknowledge and relate with. Okay, so don't stress yourself over how all of those things are going to get done. You just be clear about what you want, understand what you need to give in exchange for what you want. Create a plan for what you want, break down that plan into smaller chunks and pick the smallest thing that you can get started with today and go ahead and start. That's all you need. But if you worry too much, if you constantly analyze and constantly think about all the things that needs to be done, how big this plan is, and all the things you do not have, you will never get started. And analysis paralysis is one of the reasons why many people never get started. So I'm hoping that now that you know the reasons why many people are not achieving their goals, you are going to take that step today to ensure that you're not amongst the 50% that do not achieve their goals. You're going to prove research wrong, and you're going to be on the other side of the people who are winning. Can I get a yes from you? Oh, yes. I heard you say yes. I'm going to trust that you're going to take those actionable steps to ensure that you achieve your goals in this new year. It's been a pleasure spending this time with you. Thank you so much once again for this time. And I cannot wait to catch you in my next episode. All right, guys, have fun. And I wish you all the best this week. Bye.